I mean, looking at the text and everything on the screen looks very crystal clear. When it comes to gaming or even just using a computer productively, there's nothing better than having a good quality monitor, because that's what you're going to be looking at for hours on end. But especially when it comes to gaming, you want to have a good quality monitor so you can see what's going on, you have a high refresh rate so your eyes don't get tired, and everything moves nice and smoothly, but you don't want to break the bank all the time unless you want to go all out. So right here in front of me we have the Pixio PX222 20-inch Full HD 1080p budget gaming monitor with a 75 Hz refresh rate. Now 75 Hz, definitely not super extravagant, but it is a 25% increase over a standard 60 Hz monitor. Although to be fair, most gamers want at least 120 Hz these days, so... But like I said, this is a budget gaming monitor, so if you want to up your game slightly without breaking the bank, because this thing is actually really cheap, hopefully it's actually good, you're going to probably be happy with it. Because 15 additional Hertz is better than 15 less Hertz. Now with that out of the way, this does feature a VA panel along with a 3000:1 contrast ratio for deeper blacks. Obviously they're not going to be OLED black, but hopefully they'll be, you know, good enough. It has a pretty impressive 178-degree viewing angle along with some vibrant colors. It does have AMD Radeon FreeSync Premium, and it is also G-Sync compatible, so you can put broken frames and artifacting in the past with virtually any refresh rate. Now one thing that is also a budget feature is it only supports HDMI 1.4, so just keep that in mind. With that being said, we got the box right here, and I was actually really surprised with how lightweight this box is. I mean, I haven't had a standalone monitor that wasn't meant to be portable in a minute, and this one right here feels pretty much like a portable monitor. So I mean, I'm gonna be pretty impressed no matter what. I mean, there's really not much to see on the outside. I really wish they would have put a picture of the monitor or something on here, but you know, it is what it is. Thank you for choosing Pixio. You're welcome. Oh, I thought it was gonna open up, but it didn't. So we're gonna have to slide this on out. Okay, where is the? I guess it's inside. Okay, so there's no risk of damages. Alright, lots of styrofoam here. So far it didn't break, so fingers crossed it stays that way. Oh, we got this really thin stand here, made out of metal. Feels strong, but also light and flimsy at the same time. It's weird. Like, it's strong, but it's just very lightweight and thin. We do have the mounting bracket here that's going to attach to the stand and the monitor, and it does also support Visa 75x75. They also include a full-size HDMI cable, small power cable and brick, and the monitor. Okay, hopefully it's not damaged because I said it was impossible, but you know, there's always a possibility of something. Wow, I mean, this thing is severely thin and lightweight. Let me just... Okay, it doesn't stand on its own. Let me just put it to the side. And inside we do have a 3-step installation guide for setting it up, as well as a 3-year warranty. So that's very nice to see. Now as for the monitor itself, I mean, this thing is looking... Is this actually 16:9? It looks a little wider. Is it just me? It might just be me, but I feel like this is pretty wide. Like I was saying, if you take a look at this, it is extremely thin for the most part up until you get down to the bottom where all of the technology is actually housed. But seriously, this is like, I wanted to say a piece of paper, but you know, it's obviously not a piece of paper, but it feels paper thin. As for the bezels, top and sides are completely non-existent, which is amazing. Down at the bottom we do have a slight bezel. But you know, this is very impressive for the price so far. As you can see, we do have a matte screen to cut down on glare, which is going to be great for when you're gaming or pretty much doing anything with light hitting it. Down on the bottom, we do have all of the function buttons, including the power button, left, right, menu, etc. The buttons do look honestly kind of cheap. I don't really like them at all, but you know, not going to really be using them all that much. Also down here on the bottom we have the HDMI 1.4 input, the VGA input, both at 75 Hz, along with a headphone jack and a power port. And then right here smack dab in the middle is where we're going to mount our little stand, as well as the Visa 75x75 mounting area. So let's get this taken care of. We got our little stand here along with the mount. We're going to put this into place like so. We got to get our one little screw that is inside this giant bag. I didn't come prepared with a screwdriver, but this knife will do the job. Then we're gonna slide this into place like so. That's popping down. Well, locked in. Didn't really click at all. And now, voila! We have a monitor set up and ready to go. This stand is very out of the way, and it looks Looks nice. It makes it look like it's floating a little bit. I'm liking it. Alright. So far, so good. Can't wait to look at these 75 Hz, so let's get to it. And now it is finally time. I got the monitor set up and it's time to put it to the test. So let's get this thing powered on. Powered on. Oh, there we go. It took about 10 seconds to turn on, but it turned on and I'm actually pretty impressed. This looks very nice, very clear. One thing I am noticing though instantly is, remember I said there's no bezels on the top and the sides? There's no physical bezel, but inside of the display it looks like there's a built-in black bar going up the sides and the top. It is uniform, so it does look alright, but that does make the bezels roughly a centimeter big on the top and the sides instead of nothing. So they kind of did a little bit of trickery there, but it still looks fine. I mean, granted, when you come up close to it, it is a 22-inch 1080p display, so you can see the pixels, but for the most part, you know, it's a very nice 1080p display at 22 inches. Alright, so before we get to gaming on this thing, let's actually try out some videos and see how well it actually looks, because it looks great in the UI of Windows, but videos, who knows? Let's find out. Wow. Honestly, I didn't adjust any settings. The color and everything is straight out of the box. It looks very, very nice. Very vibrant colors, smooth. I mean, it's looking crystal clear. Like, this is shocking. For the price of this thing, I'm impressed. But one thing I just noticed that I completely forgot to mention just now because it didn't click, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's actually built-in speakers to this monitor. Now the thing is, I maxed out the volume on the monitor and on Windows, and this is as loud as it gets. It's not very loud, you might as well have nothing, but it's nice to have in a pinch if your speakers just happen to die on you. This is a very clear, sharp, vibrant image. Very impressed. But those are colorful images which are easy to master, so let's see how the dark levels are with a black video. I mean, obviously it's not pitch black dark, but I mean, that's pretty good. I've seen some TVs that have worse black levels than this. This is actually very impressive. Like, look at that. That's actually pretty dark. I'm impressed. Like I said, for the price of this thing, look at the colors, look at the pretty blackness. It's very impressive. Just look at that. I mean, this is an enjoyable experience. Now, obviously, this wouldn't be a review video if I didn't take a look at one of my own videos for the testing process, so let's see how this goes. I mean, skin tone looks good, colors look great, everything is balanced. Wow, that looks amazing. Let's look at that. It looks clear. Okay, this is kind of weird. One thing I did notice now that we're watching a person move around a bit instead of just some slow, cinematic, colorful stuff, I don't even know how to explain this, like what this is. I don't know if it's considered artifacting at this point or what, but on my head as I move, because everything else is staying stationary, when I move my head, I can see all the pixels there, like I can see them. So they're like delayed or something. So it's like the pixels aren't refreshing fast enough to keep up with each other, so I'm able to see the individual pixels as it happens. It kind of gets pixelated. I mean, it's pretty annoying. Like when I get close, obviously you can see the pixels because of the size of the screen in 1080p, but here at like a normal viewing distance, I can still see it as I'm moving. I don't know if it's coming across to you guys on camera, but it's pretty annoying, and it's kind of taken away from the otherwise spectacular experience of this monitor. I guess that's what happens when you get a budget monitor with a higher refresh rate. They gotta cut corners somewhere, but really, I feel like that should be the last place it should be. I could seriously see checkerboards. Now I'm kind of getting scared how a game's gonna look once we try to game with this thing, because if fast-moving things are making pixels everywhere, it's gonna be a very bad experience. But let's go move on to it. Let's get some Fortnite going. So I did just realize that Fortnite can't run at 75 Hertz. You can do 60 or 120 or 30, but not 75. So we're gonna just stick to 60, I guess. So it looks like having 75 Hertz is a little bit pointless at this point. I can definitely see the pixels as we're flying through the sky. So, I mean, we're barely moving, and I can see it. Pretty disappointed. Yeah, as that's spinning, I can see all the pixels on it. I don't know. I actually did turn on VSync and it's still the same result, so there's not really much to do. There's no way out of this. It's just pixel land, man. Oh yeah, as I hit it, I can see the pixels on the building. That's pretty cool. I mean, looking at the text and everything on the screen looks very crystal clear. Like, everything's clear, crisp, vibrant. I like it. It's just that I see pixels when stuff's moving around. I mean, I can see the pixels in the water as it's passing by. I never realized this game was so hard to play without a headset on. Oh, I actually got a kill? Almost. There we go, I got a kill! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! I mean, I can barely do anything. I'm more of a controller guy. Well, I actually got a kill. Okay, I'm apparently in the game with a bunch of people who suck, because I suck at... Oh no! See, there's too many buttons on the keyboard, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. But as far as this monitor goes, like I was saying, I thought it was great. 1080p resolution looks very good. Vibrant colors. Good refresh rate, or so I thought. I don't know if it's related to the pixelation, I would think so. But everything about it checked every box. And then all of a sudden, decently quickly moving things get pixelated. I don't like that. With and without VSync on, still the same issue. But we do have a speaker. Speaker's mediocre, don't bother with it, make sure you have your own speakers. But seriously, that pixelation is a deal breaker for me. You can't watch a movie, a video, play a game, which it's made to play games. You can't do it without seeing pixels. Now if you don't mind the pixels, I mean, it's a good price for a monitor, but that would just annoy the hell out of me. I wouldn't be able to do it. So it's up to you. If you don't mind those pixels, I don't know if you can see them coming across to you or not, but I don't like it. It's not for me.